Donald Trump and Nikki Haley, as you know, making the final pitches to voters ahead of tomorrow's high-stakes Republican primary in Haley's home state of South Carolina. So Trump is holding a campaign rally today in Rock Hill, South Carolina, before delivering remarks later at a gala for the Black Conservative Federation. Haley is holding an event this afternoon and another tonight ahead of tomorrow's contest, which, of course, is a critical test for her in a state where she was elected twice as governor. Now, despite Haley's home field advantage, the latest polling average from our partners at 538 show her trailing Trump by about 30 points here. So for more, I want to bring in ABC's Alex Perche, who's live for us in Charleston, along with Raquel Willis, who is an activist, author, and media strategist dedicated to Black transgender liberation. So thank you both for being here with us. And Alex, let's start here with you. Look, Haley vowing to stay in this race beyond Super Tuesday, no matter what happens tomorrow. So what is her final push to voters today?
Well, Kana, so one of the big things that she's been pushing is turnout, making sure that she's encouraging her supporters to get out there. We already know that more than 200,000 early ballots have been cast, another 12,000 absentee cast in this process ahead of tomorrow. But turnout would be something that she's certainly tried to get out the message on. The other thing is, specifically in criticizing former President Trump, she's talked about his character and basically saying that he has we need a leader that has more moral clarity. That was her message in Monk's Corner earlier today. And so we've heard her talk about the age of Biden and Trump. We've heard her talk about his allegiance to our allies or potentially wavering from that, dealing with NATO. But her closing message, and this is something that we've heard consistently over the last couple of weeks, is that his character is something that Republicans need to move away from, and for a lot of moderates here, that's something that we've heard that really kind of sticks with them.
We know that moderate vote there in South Carolina is so important, as is the black vote in South Carolina. So, Raquel, black voters hugely important to both parties here as the election season heats up. How are these candidates appealing to this critical voting bloc?
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, the black vote has been so crucial, and particularly in 2020, we know that the black vote nabbed it really for President Biden. But looking at both of these candidates, I mean, they have really been putting it on the line in some interesting ways. Of course, former President Trump has his golden sneakers, right? That's his big kind of ploy, it seems, for black voters. And then, of course, Nikki Haley. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, because this is her home field. She should be shining in some ways, but she has a very mired history. I mean, she's very much connected to a lot of the critiques of the lingering systemic racism in South Carolina. I mean, very connected to a lot of those conversations around the Confederate flag, especially in the aftermath of the mass shooting at Emanuel AME. So it's going to be an uphill battle for her, for sure.
And let's look outside of South Carolina here, Raquel. What about these black voters across the country? Are we seeing decisions driven by policy or by candidate here, especially as we look forward to the general election?
Well, I think we are definitely seeing some generational divides. At least I have, in the conversations that I've had. I've spoken to a lot of our elders in the black community. Many of them are still really trying to ward off, particularly on the Democratic side, a second Trump presidency. But I think younger voters were definitely seeing more of a push for an aggressive stance in especially these conversations around what's happening in the Palestinian genocide. I mean, the Biden administration is really failing a lot of younger voters, and it's been a difficult time to try and bring in some energy from millennials and even younger. So it's a mixed bag right now.
All right, Raquel and Alex, thank you so much for your insight. As always, we appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.